All right, this is section 3 of the Math 7 MCAP practice test. This is not the easiest section, but keep this in mind as you're taking this MCAP test. You don't, you have to show your reasoning and you have to persevere in solving the problems, and you will be rewarded for that effort. So if you see a problem and it makes you say, this is so difficult, I can't do this one, still try. All right. And then of course there's not so difficult. And of course do those. A linear relationship is represented in each table where X is the independent variable. You should know about independent variables. And Y is the dependent variable. Also, we could call the independent input and dependent is the output. Which table shows a proportional relationship? Okay, 1 second. Okay, so the keyword here is proportional relationship. So that means we want a constant of proportionality, or y over x. Recall that constant of proportionality. And so let's see which one. And sorry, my neck is stiff, so I would like to go back. All right, so the only point that can be different is 0, 0. All proportional graphs should go through 0, 0. Know that. But let's see about the other coordinates. So 2 over 1 is 2. 4 over 2. Also, if you divide, you get 2. So A is a proportional relationship. How about D? 8 over 6. Well, we can divide both of those by 2. That would be 4/3. So now we want to see, do both of the others simplify to 2/3? 12 over 9. Can we divide those both by 2? No. But we can divide them both by 3. So when you're reducing your fractions, try dividing by 2. If it doesn't work, try dividing by 3. Try dividing by 5. Just start with the small numbers and go up. And so that would be 4 over, okay. And then 16 over 12, I'll bet it does. Look, I can divide by 4. That would be 4/3. So D is also a proportional relationship. All right, let's see about B, E, and C. Are they proportional relationships? Already we know that B is not, because it doesn't go through 0, 0. It goes through 0, 5. Bye. All right, how about E? 3 over 6, 6 over 9, 9 over 12. Well, I can already see that this isn't going to work because I know 3 is half of 6. Did you know 3/6 was 1/2 right off the bat? Give me that 1/2. All right. And 6/9, that's 2/3. Because I can divide those both by 3, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3. So E is gone. So I'll bet C works. But we better check it. Because that is not any way to answer questions on the MCAP. Oh, 4 or 6. I recognize that again as 2/3. There should be, and then I can divide this. I do this. This is 2. A is 2/3. And then 12 over 8. 8 over 12. You might think, no, that's not going to fit, but divide it by 4. Divided by 4, and you get 2 over 3. All right, so A, D, and C for that one. And then now, okay, so this interesting one. In the coordinate plane shown, point J and K are 2 vertices of a right triangle. Do you remember what right triangles look like? So right triangle has a right angle. And then we also have, this is acute, right? You know the last kind? The last kind is obtuse. Has an obtuse angle. So you can see acute, right, and obtuse triangles. You could also see angle or triangles classified by their side lengths. So this would be like 7, 7, 3 maybe, or 4. And then maybe this one is 5, 5, 5. So the one with 3 unequal sides is called scalene. The one with 2 congruent sides is called isosceles. And the one where all the sides are the same is called equilateral. So make sure you know all your triangle classifications. Just a second. We're not going to use too much of that in this problem, no? So in this one, we want to figure out, let's read the question. Clear that. Line segment KL has a length of 3 units and is perpendicular to line segment KJ. All right, so we see K and J. If we draw now we see line segment KJ. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And so KL, we don't see point L, but we know it's perpendicular to the line segment KJ. We also see the letter K, so it has to be that's the end point, and it's 3. So 1, 2, 3. So L must be here. And then 1, 2, 3. That's length 3. And do you see the right angle? So which order pair is L? L is at 6, 4. That's enough about that one. What did I just press? Oh, okay. 6, 4, D right there. See it? 6, 4. All right. Now this one is so long. And so keep whoa. Drop my calculator. I'm so nervous about looking at this problem. All right. Just keep in mind that you can fast forward through this video, but I'm going to take my time. Okay. A farmer's horse drinks from a rectangular water tank with the dimensions shown. When the farmer refills the tank, it takes the horse 4 days. 4 days to drink all the water. The farmer wants to build a new, larger tank. It plans to increase each measure of the tank by 25%. So that means side times 1.25. If we multiply each one of those sides, or maybe you know that would be 5/4. If we multiply all those sides by 5/4 or 1.25, and you can use a calculator, then it would be the new, larger tank. All right, so what we want to do is by what percentage will the amount of the water the farmer can put in the tank increase? Okay, so if we multiply the sides by 5/4, how much is that going to increase? How much it can actually hold? By 5/4? Well, if you just write that on the test, first of all, you'll be wrong. And I don't really think you'll get a lot of points for that. But if you write on the test, okay, I need to do the old volume or original volume divided by the new volume. If you write that on the test, I bet you get some points for showing like, oh, I see the reason. That's good reasoning. Okay, that's what we want to do. So now what we need to do is calculate the old volume, which is we need to calculate the volume of this figure. And so what I tried to do the first time was calculate the front. And so the front is all this area right here. You see that? And then the back is all this area right here. And so might as well try to do that again. And it took so long that I stopped the video and said, there's got to be an easier way. But then I didn't find one. So I'm just gonna go for it. All right, so the red and hey, do you know how to calculate the volume? The volume is length times width times height. So we need to identify the length, the width, and the height of the red portion and of the orange portion, and then we're going to add them together. So what is the length of the length can be this side, the width, and then the height. Okay, so I usually just think the width is across the front, and the length is along the side, but you can interchange those, and then the height is usually from top to bottom. Okay, so if you see this 2.5, that is also 2.5 right here, and also 2.5 right here. So I have my height, 2.5. Do I have my width? I have my width, 4 4/5. All right, do I have my length? Yeah, I do. Look, there's my length right here, length right there, length right there, 2 4/5. Okay, so now let's convert these to improper fractions. That would be 2 times 5 is 10, plus 4 is 14. 4 times 5 is 24. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And we're multiplying fractions, so we don't need common denominators. But I'm going to multiply 14 times 24 times 5, and I get 1680. And then 5 times 5 is 25, times 2 is 50. I'll reduce that, 168 over 5. So halfway through finding my old volume. Now I need my length, width, and the height. Well, stay on this. I'm recording this video and I'm not doing it again. All right, but you can get your Chromebook. Oh, cabin mask too. Okay. All right. So what is the length, width, and the height? Well, we know the height. And we know the width. And then, all right, so we got the width. Now, what is the length? The length, well, we know the whole side is 5 3/5. And we know that this portion of it is 2 4/5. So we need to subtract. And so I'm just going to, all right, so that's 25/28 over 5 minus 24, minus 14 over 5, and that's 14 over 5. So that is my length, 14 over 5. Hey, and I already got it. All right, let me just pause. Yeah. All right, so where was I? We got 14/5, and then we're going to change this 10, 12 over 5, 5 over 2. All right. Let's multiply 14 times 12 times 5. 840 over 50. Cancel the zeros, 84 over 5. So now we're going to take those two numbers, 168 over 5 plus 84 over 5. I'm recording here, so now you're on YouTube. We'll be signing that form. 252 over 5. That is the old tank volume. I'm going to write that down somewhere. 252 over 5. So now, what we need to do is, we need to increase all of those measurements. So I'm just gonna, Go like that. And right back to where I have the sides, and we're going to multiply all those sides by 5/4. So what's 14 times 5/4? What's 14 times 5? 70. 20. 24 times 5, 120. 20. And then we're multiplying all these things by 5/4 times 25/8. All right, and then we're going to do 70 times 120 times 25 is 210,000. And then 20 times 20 times 8, 3,200. Now we're going to cross off and the zeros, and we get 2100 over 32. We can reduce it further, but all right, now we're going to multiply this by 5/4. And remember, just go as much as you can. Don't quit. You don't quit. That's what the problem is trying to make us do. All right, 70 times 60 times 25 is 105,000. 20 times 20 times 8, 3200. Cross off my zero, 1050 over 32. So now I got to take this number, add them together. 2100 plus 1050 all over 32. 3150 over 32. All right, I'm going to write that down. Where's the mark? 3150 32. Okay. So now, by what percentage will it increase? Well, what we need to do is we need to take the new and divide it by the old. Yeah. So take the new volume, divide it by the old volume. And how do you divide fractions? You flip and multiply. I probably should have written this up there. So 3150 times 5 over 252 times 5, 15, 7, 50, 32 times 252, 8064. And now I'm just going to divide those numbers. And I get 1.95. By what percentage will the tank increase? Well, I believe, I'm sorry. To get a percent increase, you have to do new minus old over old. So I just did new over old. But I actually have to subtract the new and the old. All right, so let's just do that. So percent increase. If they have made this problem any longer, I don't know. All right, so new minus old over old. So almost there. Okay, so new is 3150. 30 minus old 252 over 5 divided by 252 over 5. Now I'm going to that's 98.43 minus 252. So that's about 48.0375 divided by 252 divided by 550. Okay, so 48.0375 divided by 50.4. Okay, so about 95. So it's like a 95% increase. That is the answer to the question. Are there other ways to do it? Yes. But that is I'm not doing it again. How many days will it take the horse to drink all of the water in the large tank? Well, it took him 4 days to drink all the water in the original tank, right? And the original tank, it was 4 days or 252 over 5. So how much water per day can the horse drink? So that's a unit rate. We can divide the amount of water by 4. 4 times it by 1/4. The unit rate is 252 over 20. Well, of course, we have to reduce that so it's over 1. So 252 divided by 20 is 12.6 gallons or whatever it is. What is it? Each measurement, feet, cubic feet cubed for 1 day. And so how many days will it take the horse to, let's write this down, 12.6 feet cubed for 1 day? So we just got to take that larger volume and we got to divide it by 12.6. The larger volume was 3150 divided by 12.6. 3150 divided by 32 divided by 12.6. So I'm getting an answer of 7.8125 acres. Now, did I make a mistake in this? Maybe so. But if you can see all the reasoning that I showed, I hope I got full points for that question. But we're going to move on. All right, we're going to keep going here. Where's my little stylus? Well, the regular price of $28 for dog food is discounted by 25%. Hooray, hooray. The sales tax is 8%. Boo. The steps used to determine the price of the dog food after the discount is applied is shown. Which statement is true about the work? So before I look at the choices, let me just understand the work for myself. So if it's discounted by 25%, that means it's 75% of the original, right? Or 1 minus 25. So 75%, I see the 3/4, and I agree with that. We got to multiply the price by 3/4 to get the discounted price. And then we have to multiply by this for the tax. So I agree with that. Okay, and then now let's, so 28. So now let's see. Oh, and is this correct? 21 times 1.08. Oh, let me just check really fast. All right, I had to check the answer key because I was looking at it and I said, this work is correct. And guess what? The work is correct. This field is not off this rocker here. Okay, so everything done is good. Let's move on. Yeah, isn't that good? Okay. The two expressions are given. Do. Apply the properties of operations. So you may see properties of operations and think, what in the world is properties of operations? Okay, so remember that operations are add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And the properties, what are the properties? We have the distributive, commutative. You remember these properties? You remember? Yeah. Well, all right. Okay, associative. Okay, so, and we want to know what makes these things equivalent. Well, everybody should know the distributive property. We see that they distributed. So we're starting here, and we're going to here. So I see the 4. They must have distributed that in. Oh, hey, we have to show our work. Oh boy, I thought I could just talk. But no, I have to distribute myself. Okay, so I'm gonna take that 5 and 1/4, and we are gonna 21 over 4 it. So we got plus. And then what is 4 times 21 over 4? Oh, take it up, cross cancel. Just 21. 21 and then what's 4 times 1.5? I know that's 6. So that's distributed. And then we can add like terms together. That is 24.5 and minus 6. That would be the addition product. Well, combining like terms. But actually, now what we could do is we could pause the video. Let's just pause the video real quick. Right. Okay, so when I simplify this guy, I end up with this. So now what we could do is we can take this and we can simplify it. So we're going to multiply, and we're going to distribute again. So negative 42 over 7, and then 21 times 7. Oh, the 2 negatives. 42 over 6n. And then what is 42 over 6? Oh, and I forgot well, anyway. Okay, 42 over 7 is 6. So that's negative 6, and I see the negative 6. And then, 21 times 7, not 42. What's 21 times 7? 147. And when we divide that by 6, we get 24.5. And so we see that using the distributive property, we can get both those to be the same expression, showing that they are also the same expression, just unsimplified. And we're moving forward. So use the algebra you've learned so far in 7th grade, all those properties. best you can. Each day, a salesperson earns $25 plus 5% of their total sales for the day. The salesperson's goal is to earn more than, greater than, $50 on Thursday. Which statements are true? Select all that apply. Okay, so let's make sense of the problem. Salesperson each day earns $25 plus 5%. That's 0.05 of their total sales. And they want to earn more than $50. So the salesperson would reach their goal if they, so you know what we need to do? We need to solve this, right? We need to solve this for X. So if we subtract 25, we get, oh, and if we just make that X, and now we just need to divide. So X has got to be greater than 25 divided by 0.05, 500. So that means we got to sell more than $500 to reach our goal. So no, A is wrong, but B is right because 700 is more than 500. And would they reach their goal? Yes. Although maybe you could say no because you could say no because it's greater than, not greater than or equal to. So let's see what they said on the answer. B and E. So hey, they did say no. You see, so tricky. And then, like we see, I use that inequality, and we see where the error is in the inequality in D. They didn't make it into a percent. So tricky. Okay, and the last question. Thank goodness. A sports organization collected data about the shoe size of soccer players and hockey players. The dots show the data that was collected. How do the medians of the data set compare in terms of the mean absolute deviations of the data sets? Okay, so we just need to look at the data and we need to see where the median, you guys know what the median means? A simpler word. Oh, well, I was looking for middle. The median is the middle. So when you look at these dot plots, the middle is where most dots. And then the mean absolute deviation called the spread, which is more spread out. So this is, we would say that this goes from 15 to 8. This goes from 7 to 13. So 13 minus 7 is 6. 15 minus 8. Well, that's 7. So the hockey players are one more size spread out. But we also see that the median for the hockey players might be around 12. And the median for the soccer players might be around 10 or 11. So I would say that the soccer players have a lower median and a larger spread, right? So soccer has a lower median and a higher spread, or mean absolute deviation. Am I going to go through and calculate these things? No. We just are comparing the relationship. The median shoe size for the hockey players is 1.5 greater than the median shoe size. The difference is 1.2. Oh man, maybe they do want me to calculate it. I'm gonna see if I can get away with not calculating. Okay, so the median is 2 greater. The median is 1.5 greater. Oh, okay. We gotta calculate it. Okay, let's calculate the median for the soccer players. I tried to get away with it, but those numbers are too close. So I'm gonna list out the shoe size and then cross off until I get to the middle, and there's 2 left. And so the median is in the middle of 10 and 11, or 10.5. Now I'm going to find the hockey players. And now I'm going to cross off, and I'm finding the median. And the median is 12. So what is the 2 greater? It's what's 12 minus 10.5. That's 1.5. So the median is 1.5 greater for the hockey players. That is correct. And the median is not 2 greater. Okay, so now I have either A or C, but now we have to find the mean absolute deviation. Okay, so in order to find the mean absolute deviation, we need to find, go ahead. We need to find we need to subtract all the, I really want to see if we can, hold on, let's pause. All right, so at this point in the test, this is the last question, and all these questions have taken a long time. So what I would do is I would say, all right, I got to pick A or C, and I know, because I know that. So is the difference 1.25 or is it 0.93? Well, I see the difference is only 1, so I would pick C, and we can see that is the correct answer. But let's talk about how to find the mean absolute deviation. And I wanted to show you that, you know, any of these skills, once you know the topic, you can go to Khan Academy and look it up. And this isn't one that a lot of people are going to know, but it's in the 6th grade data and statistics. And so what you do is you find the mean. So you add up all the numbers and divide by however many there are. And then you subtract each data point by the mean, and if you get a negative number, then you just take the absolute value. Then you add all those answers up and divide by however many numbers there are. And so we would have to do that with each data set. I'm not going to do that at this moment, but you can give it a try, and then you would see that the difference is 0.9375. All right, we're done with section 3.